going on. And the thing that has infuriated me the most, and I'm saying it has infuriated me, is that people who know us, people who know our intentions, people who have worked closely with us in the past are sitting there and listening to that lunatic and allowing and enabling that lunatic to make all sorts of ridiculous smears against good people who have been working hard, right? I have a huge problem with that. And they keep talking about it as if like, oh, Jimmy Dore's mean, so I don't want Medicare for all. No, no, no. I can be mean too. This isn't about Jimmy Dore being mean, okay? He could be as mean as he wants to me. What this is about, though, is the people surrounding him enabling him when he puts out ridiculous conspiracy theories, like calling me someone who's being funded by NATO because I interviewed Madeline Albright once. So, direct question to both Katie Halper and Brianna Joy Gray. Do you guys think that I'm paid by NATO? And if you don't, why don't you say something? Do you think that Sam Cedar is just a corporate shill? Yeah. And if you don't think he is, then why don't you say so? I just think that this effort has been so destructive, so toxic, and so disgusting. And don't tell me not to focus on Jimmy Dore when they've decided to put Jimmy Dore front and center in this entire thing.
So Sam Seer is a corporate shill through and through, without a doubt. He is just soaking up the gravy. Being anti-Jimmy Dore is just profitable, man. They are just, you know, there's a Schadenfreude. Michael Brooks had a Schadenfreude that was just, it was just gross. It was disgusting. I didn't like it. So the thing with Anna Kasparian, so let's talk about, okay, did she take NATO Smurf money? That's what Jink is saying. Oh, NATO Smurf money. Did she take Smurf money? No, she didn't take Smurf money. Did she take NATO money? At this conference, no. This is a Madeline Albright interview, and she's given a, you know, very easy, cushiony softball interview, a tongue bath interview, if you will. But it's not, it's the Munich Security Conference. So it's not NATO. It wasn't like it's a NATO event. The Munich Security Conference is a privately owned conference, but it's been going since 2003. And the whole idea is, actually it says since 1963, but they got the conference. This is all Wikipedia. So the Munich Security Conference is an annual conference on international security policy that has taken place in Munich, Bavaria since 1963. It's the world's largest gathering of its kind. So I'm not for sure what that means. So so it's held at the Hotel Bayerischer Hof in Munich, Bavaria, Germany. So 2019, Anna Kasparian goes to this Munich Security Conference. She gets an interview with Madeline Albright. And here's a little clip of that interview.
I don't think that Americans deep down are isolationists. I know we don't want to be the policemen of the world, but I do think that most Americans understand the value of really some kind of relationships with other countries, and that it's good for U.S. national interests, frankly, to be involved with other countries.
Some would argue that U.S. foreign policy in the past, including invading countries like Iraq, has led to the type of ideology that we're seeing in Trump's base. Individuals who feel that we have meddled in too many conflicts abroad. What would you say to them?
Well, I think it's hard to generalize. I do think that Iraq specifically is one of the issues. I personally, when we went into Afghanistan, one could understand that because that was after 9/11. And that's where the murderers had been placed. Iraq, for me, was a war of choice. But I do think that has alienated a lot of people and made them wonder about what we're doing.
So Iraq was a war of choice. That's ironic because when they asked her if she thought it was worth it that American policies under Bill Clinton, she's the Secretary of State under Bill Clinton, they asked her that if 500,000 Iraqi children was worth it. Was it worth killing? That's what they said, that the economic sanctions of Bill Clinton on Iraq killed or was going to kill or did kill 500,000 Iraqi children. And they asked Madeline Albright, did you think that was worth it? And she just, like a psycho, was like, well, You know, it was a tough choice, but yes, we thought it was worth it. And so Max Blumenthal is right that she should have asked about that. Do you still think it was worth it? She's here talking about Iraq and saying that it's a war of choice. Oh, so Madeline Albright is against an Iraq war, but she was okay with the economic sanctions, which, you know, led to the deaths of 500,000 Iraqi children. I mean, what's the difference? The Iraq invasion, I guess there's 1 million, so there was, you know, another 500,000 that was killed. But both of them, there's a lot of, you know, a huge body count. And Bill Clinton, he was doing bombs over Baghdad. He was meddling. Essentially, Bill Clinton set the framework up so that George W. Bush could invade Iraq. And this is, you know, Madeline Albright is the best example of that. So let's listen to some more of this.
And so there is reason for feeling that way, but I'm not sure that just generally people will say, well, we never want to be involved in another country or help those that are subjected to ethnic cleansing or misjustices.
Currently, we are assisting the Saudis in the war in Yemen, and there is famine. There is a complete blockade in terms of humanitarian aid, and it's interesting to see the U.S.'s involvement in that while, you know, the government simultaneously argues that it will fight other wars in the name of human rights, in the name of democracy. Why is it that we continue to be such close allies with Saudi Arabia, considering some of the heinous crimes they've committed abroad?
Well, our long-term relationship has been with Saudi Arabia, starting by Franklin Roosevelt, and there really is a reason. Saudi Arabia is an important country, and we do, in fact, have, as I said, have been carrying on a relationship with them for a long time. What is troubling, and I think it's something that we have to stop, is that the Saudis are using weapons that they bought from us to inflict harm in Yemen, so that they are involved in some of the airstrikes, and the Yemeni situation is just horrendous in terms of the humanitarian problems. And the hard part is, how do you separate the fact, the murder of Khashoggi, and whatever responsibility comes from the Crown Prince, from our need really to have a relationship with Saudi Arabia for geostrategic reasons, but then them misusing what we sell them for terrible things. So I think it is a very hard situation to explain.
So you...
I don't think you explained it well enough. She says that Saudi Arabia, they're not our allies, but they're long-standing friends. But when we give them weapons and they kill all those Yemeni people, we've been drone striking Yemen since after 9/11. So we've been helping, you know, Saudi Arabia. We give them cover. We've been allowing, the Yemeni genocide has been going on the entire Trump administration. So this is, I don't know, are there any Yemeni people left? Because it's been going on forever and ever. And so it's remarkable that she knows about the Yemeni genocide and that she criticizes it, and she's like, it's kind of hard and complicated because FDR, you know, FDR. So she is going to, she says, you know, it's okay, Saudi Arabia being our friends, it's a long-standing relationship, so, you know, you just kind of go with the flow, right? And then says that the Iraq war was wrong, it was a war of choice. And yet, ironically, she, you know, was part of the administration that brought about either an estimated 500,000 dead Iraqi children or actual. I mean, that's 500,000. That's a lot. So, does Anna Kasparian take NATO money? No. This conference, this Munich Security Conference, she does give a tongue bath interview to Madeline Albright. This goes on for another, 7 minutes. But the Munich Security Conference, like I said, it's a private thing, and it's, a lot of people come and visit all over the place. The whole idea is dialogue for peace. So the idea is to, get people talking, all the, whatever, decision makers and the power brokers and what have you. And so they went to this conference, and she, scored herself an interview, and it wasn't tough enough. Now, so Anna, no, I don't think you take NATO money. I don't know Anna's finances, so I have no idea who the hell is paying Anna. I have no idea where I'd like to see Anna Kasparian's tax returns. That'd be... Not really. But my point being is I don't know where any of her money comes from. So she could get paid by NATO. There could be something she does that I think it was incredible. Nomiki Konst was doing some shit in Libya. So what the fuck? She was in, the country whose government we overthrew, and then the founders of that country were the same people that she was training. So even if you give Nomiki the benefit of the doubt that, she was just there for, women empowerment, well, those empowered women now became the, future founders of Libya. So is that a useful idiot, or is that somebody that's being paid by NATO? So that's a Nomiki Konst thing. Anna Kasparian, she's being paid by TYT, I would think, so she's getting them corporate dollars, and then probably, YouTube, probably making money off of the YouTube things that she's got with Jacobin, and I think she's got, other media things, so it's not just TYT anymore. So, is she taking NATO money? No, I don't believe she's taking any NATO Smurf money or CIA money or MIC. I don't know if she's taking all the money. I don't know what money she is taking. But this Munich Security Conference thing does not prove that she took NATO money. Now, last comment I want to make is that while I do not believe she takes NATO money, with the people that are smearing, okay, I don't know exactly what she says, but she, says Jimmy Dore was for Tulsi Gabbard, Jimmy Dore was for Jill Stein, and that's supposed to be like a stopgap. That's supposed to just, what? Jimmy Dore was for Jill Stein? Don't even say no more. Now I hate him. I guess it is kind of policy-oriented, but it just seems like she hates Tulsi or Jill, or hates Jimmy so much she's going to hate Tulsi and Jill. So there's some smears, right, or some attacks. And then the Nomiki had said that Jimmy Dore took Assad money. Nomiki Konst said that Jimmy Dore takes Steve Bannon money. And so Nomiki Konst might be the person who takes NATO money. I don't know where the money she got, where the hell that came from. But she's in Libya, so she got the money from someplace. So who's the main organization, right? Why was she over there? Who sent her over there, and what's going on with that? But that's not Anna Kasparian. That's Nomiki Konst. And so, yeah. But I've heard Anna Kasparian call, Jimmy Dore a lunatic. He's a damn lunatic. And so, I don't know if it's just for broadcast, it's just for good TV. That's an ad hominem attack, so it's abusive, but it's also doesn't leave for dialogue. If you're, just name calling a person, you're trying to provoke a fight. Because, you're not really trying to talk to me, are you? Yeah, lunatic, I am. Listen here, lunatic, you're going to do what I tell you, because you're a crazy one. So, Anna Kasparian is interesting. I don't know. I got mixed feelings. Okay, you got a good interview. You could have asked harder questions, but because of all this forced vote shit that's going down, all they had to do was say, yes, let's do it. Let's put the pressure on. And they couldn't just say yes. Yes, let's go for it. And then she's making it, it's all about Jimmy. Jimmy's the worst. Jimmy is not the worst. Jimmy is not the worst. Nor is Tulsi Gabbard, nor is Jill Stein. Jill Stein is the best. Jill Stein's the best. And so is Edward Snowden. And so is Jimmy Dore. So, these are, anyways. So, no, Anna Kasparian does not take NATO Smurf money. Free Mumia Abu Jamal.
Peace.